Fourth, you have the call. As usual, if you lose, it's over to Queens. Heads or tails? Heads. It's tails. Queens? For or against? Against. So Queens against or for the motion. Okay? Thank you. Now, this lady Gail will show you where to go. You'll have your... That's right, just follow that lady, she'll show you where the rooms are. Okay, you'll have your 25 minutes. Okay, 25 minutes. To come up to the stage, please. Two teams of French Lycée and San Cayetano. Just the two teams. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. You're sitting out there. All right.
Well, good morning, everybody, and again, apologies for the delay. Nothing we could do about it. Here we are, the start of the final debates for the 9th season. I'm basically just, apart from saying, around to explain a little bit what's happening this morning. As you see, we've got all four teams up here with us, and Mr. Paul Albright, the Managing Director of this amazing establishment, will be saying a few words of welcome as well. I would just like to thank every single school that's taken part, and that you're all here today, you're all represented today. I hope you'll enjoy the debates, even for those of you who will not necessarily be directly involved. A little bit of housekeeping, and that is, please watch your phones, that they're all off. We would ask you not to be moving around while the teams are debating, to keep the noise down. And also, then, would you please also note, if any of you require the toilets, they're just round that corner. You probably know that already. So that's phones off, please, and no disturbance during the debates. I would just like to mention the 10 schools that are taking part this year, because all the judges and everybody who's been involved has said without doubt the standard of debating has been the highest that we've had so far, and that's down to your efforts and hard work. So thank you to the Academy. You're here. I've seen the Academy. Where are you? Yeah, there we are. Hello there. Agora are here as well. I think you were up over there. Belver, BIC, the French Lycée, of course, up front, Green Valley as well, Mallorca International, Montessori, Queens, and San Cayetano. Over to you, Paul.
Thanks very much. So, let's set the mic out. Can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me? Hands up, please. Can you hear me? Good. Stamp your feet, please. Stamp your feet, stamp your feet. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Very good. Little louder, little louder. That's what I want a bit later, okay? That's what I want a little bit later. I've welcomed all four teams onto the stage to first of all say well done for getting into finals. This is finals day, folks. There is 150 chairs set out there, most of them are filled. So probably slightly bigger than some of the competitions you've had so far in this session. So brilliant, and they all want you to do really well. Okay? So please have that in your mind. So first of all to say well done. Enjoy it, learn as much as possible. And what I did was a little bit of research, because Kate asked me, say something about the art of the debate. So what would I know? Not very much. So I thought, well, I'll see what Oxford University said. Oxford University said, learning the art of the debate offers numerous benefits for the students, equipping them with essential skills for the modern world. In an era where persuasion and oratory skills hold sway, the ability to understand and empathise with opposing viewpoints is crucial, they say. We would all agree. So, having thought about that, I thought, okay, so I'll go back in time, because debating's been around, what, 100 years? How about 350 years BC, when Diodotus began debating for clemency for some rebels in a forum where they were baying for revenge. Revenge in those days meant killing. So he started and he said, the good citizen, he insisted, ought to triumph not by frightening his opponents, but by beating them fairly in argument. Very good. Then the final person I saw, I thought, well, there's some people that have won some competitions. We've got one here today. So this gentleman, Bo Seya, was the winner of the world debating competition, so I thought he's probably a good judge. So he said, debating convinced me that debate can help us improve our lives and communities in these polarised times. Very good. He then said, debate contains many other lessons, from constructing and dismantling arguments to deciding when a dispute is worthwhile, that can help us disagree better in everyday life. The activity trains us to change other people's minds with nothing more than words. He then spoke about the first time he debated. And he said, and you might be feeling these things, I knew none of these things when I stumbled onto my school debate team. Yet I sensed I could be on the cusp of some great transformation. As I sat on stage in the assembly hall, scribbling down the best arguments for the other side, I felt the distance between my opponents begin to narrow. Then, as I stood and faced the hushed silence of the assembled crowd, I felt my voice, green and insistent, ready to announce myself. Your turn, guys. Your turn. Good luck today. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Paul, for the words of inspiration to all the teams. We are starting off, if the two teams would like to take your places back there. Yeah. Today, the first team, Green Valley versus Queens, for the third and fourth positions. Your timekeeper today is Alison, spokesperson from the jury Sarah, helped and debated by Hannah and Nick. The motion for today is the impact of AI on society is positive. The impact of AI on society is positive. For the motion, Green Valley. Against the motion, Queens. Over to the timekeeper.
Thank you, Kate. Green Valley, you're to go first as you're for the motion, so if you'd like to tell me when you're ready to go first. Start the time.
The other teams, please note as well, near the microphone.
Should I start again?
Sorry,
Do you want to start again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine a world transformed, where healthcare guarantees the most effective treatment for everyone, where we are protected against all imaginable dangers, and where food production makes sure no one goes hungry. Stop. Rewind. There is no need to imagine. This is the reality that AI is creating right now as we speak. Artificial intelligence is transforming our world in ways never imagined before. Good morning, honourable judges, distinguished guests, and members of the opposing team. My name is Molly Viner, and as the lead speaker of the Green Valley team, I would like to thank the organisers and sponsors for making it possible to be here today. Alongside Sarah Terence, Faye Sauer, and our invaluable researcher, Margarita D'Agostino, we are going to prove to you that the impact of AI on society is extremely positive. Now, let us start by defining the terms of the motion. The Oxford Dictionary defines AI as the use of computer programs that have the qualities of the human brain, such as understanding languages, recognizing pictures, or learning from experience. Let's just add to that, unlike humans, AI is never sick, tired, or distracted. It works tirelessly, 24/7, with unmatched speed, efficiency, and accuracy.
Point of information, over 10% of AI knowledge is known to be inaccurate, and AI is famous for being biased.
AI is transforming our worlds in never imagined before, as I've said, but AI is improving also every day with its accuracy, efficiency, and efficiency. So these quirks will be changed and for the good, for the better. Okay. Now, society is a large group of people who live together in an organised way, making decisions and sharing their work that needs to be done. Today, we'll focus on how AI is an invaluable tool to help us humans in achieving both the decision-making and the work. We are going to support our position with 3 strong arguments. Firstly, I will explain the enhanced and improved food production. Secondly, Faye will show you how AI looks after both our minds and our bodies. And lastly, Sarah will prove to you how AI improves our safety. From Google searches to GPS navigation to online shopping, we all experience the convenience of AI daily. But how does this affect society as a whole? At its core, every society aims to ensure that its members are fed, sheltered, safe, healthy, and educated. Today, we're going to prove to you how artificial intelligence is the perfect tool to assist us humans in achieving these goals. Now, on to our first argument, feeding society. With the world's population set to reach 9.8 billion by 2050, global food production must increase by 70% to meet needs, and traditional farming methods just can't keep up. This is where AI steps in. Farmers are now using AI-powered systems to monitor crops and soil conditions in real time. Precision agriculture, driven by AI, employs sensors, drones, and satellite farming to monitor crop health, soil conditions, and pests. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, this satellite farming can boost crop yields by 30% whilst reducing food and fertilizer water usage by 20%. For example, Blue River AI's technology machines can remove weeds without harming crops, which saves farmers millions in pesticide costs, benefiting both the environment and society. As you have seen, with AI, we are not only feeding the world, but also... Sorry. Thank you.
If you have any points of information over, if you can speak loudly, please, so it's difficult to hear you.
Good morning. Before I start my speech, I'd like to refute some of the claims Molly made. What she failed to mention is, although AI helps food production, farmers will lose their jobs. Although it will help food production, what about the countless farmers who will now be on the street, homeless, and living in poverty? It is estimated by 2030, 800 million jobs will be lost. So how can we say the impact of AI is positive when so many people will lose their jobs? Every night I dream. I dream of my future job, my future career. Good morning, Chair, judges and spectators. My name is Alexandra, and here are my colleagues Sam and Daria. Today my team and I are going to be arguing against a motion the impact of AI on society is positive. I will be talking about job loss, Sam will be discussing weapons, and finally Daria will be talking about deep fakes. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you all for this wonderful debate. Every night, before going to bed, I think about one thing: my future job. There are so many possibilities out there, and the opportunities are endless. I could be an actress walking down the red carpet and reciting lines, or a lawyer standing up in court and saying, "Your Honour, my client is not guilty." Or perhaps a doctor saving and helping people. Or maybe a translator speaking French, Spanish, German, English. All these doors of opportunities are wide open. But then I remember AI.
Point of information.
Except?
But isn't it true that AI could create new jobs, even if it displaces some of the existing ones?
Although AI does create new jobs, they're not many. AI will make people lose 800 million jobs. They will offer jobs, but in comparison, there's no argument. The jobs will be lost are far greater than the jobs which will be earned, because AI will be taking over the jobs. AI is, as I said before, a technology which solves
Point of
problems.
information.
Except,
Isn't it the responsibility of governments and companies to retrain workers displaced by AI rather than halting progress altogether?
of course, it is partly due to the government's responsibility, but the government can only control so much. As I will mention later on, Elon Musk himself says AI is the most dangerous threat to humanity. AI is a technology which solves problems, but in this case, it causes problems as well. I would love nothing more than to stand up in court as a lawyer and say, "Your Honour, my client is not guilty," or to go over contracts and legal documents, or to deal with multi-million-dollar cases where the stakes are high but the chances are low. That's what I dream of. But AI has taken it all away from me with cheap legal services. My dream is now gone. I may not be able to become a lawyer because of AI. AI is known for being inaccurate, for being biased. So judges, if you were on trial, would you honestly trust AI to defend you? I know I wouldn't. Before I end this speech, I'd like to give you all one last quote. Elon Musk, known for being a genius in AI, said himself, "AI is our biggest threat." We are losing our passions, our jobs, our futures to AI. Thank you for listening.
Just to say, would you all be careful to talk into the microphone? Because I think one or two at the back might not be hearing, including when you're taking a point of information. Speak up, please. Thank you.
Artificial intelligence isn't just the technology of the future. It's the transformative force of today, driving unparalleled advancements in both healthcare and education. These two pillars of society essential for human development and well-being. Good morning. My name is Faye Zauer, and as the second speaker of the Green Valley team, I will focus on the positive impact AI has on healthcare and education. Firstly, though, let me address the points made by the opposing team. Alexandra said that many jobs are being displaced because of AI. But let's talk about all the positive benefits AI brings. I mean, all of the healthcare benefits and the education. And AI even makes more jobs. It doesn't just displace them, it makes more, and for that it brings more benefits to healthcare and education. Now, back to our argument. Molly has talked about the positive impact AI has on food production. And I want to focus on another positive impact AI has to help us take care of our minds and bodies. Here are some of the applications of AI used in healthcare. From diagnosis of diseases, to drug discovery, all the way to predicting outbreaks.
Point of information.
Accepted.
Wouldn't you agree that there are other ways to improve healthcare outcomes? For example, if we would train more medical professionals, or if we would invest more in medical care?
Yes, of course, this is possible. But I will also come later to this in my speech. But AI does what a group of experts needs months to complete, can be done by AI within seconds. And I think we're all fully aware of that, especially in healthcare, time is often literally a matter of life or death. So, for example, AI is extremely helpful in early and precise diagnosis because it is able to identify patterns that escape the human eye. Yes.
I'd like to go back to jobs real quick. Do you have any statistics saying how many jobs will replace the 100 million that are lost?
Well, I don't have one on the top of my head, but I think Sarah will talk about it later in her speech, so we will come back to that point. So, back to my argument. AI can identify patterns that often escape the human eye. AI analyzes ultrasounds, CT scans, X-rays. It can measure your blood pressure and your body temperature within seconds. And I quote from the Institute of Cancer Research, AI is 82% more accurate as compared to 44% for traditional lab analysis. AI also personalizes the treatment itself, based on the patient's medical history and genetic predispositions, so that each patient receives the best and most effective possible treatment or combination of drugs. Now, turning to education, AI is equally transformative. According to the Schiller University, AI changes the way students learn by providing them with high quality and personalized information. Apart from being a source of information, it also provides you with tests. It can test you, it can improve, it can tell you, it suggests improvement of what to do with your essay or how to test yourself for an upcoming exam. And you're able to do this at home after school hours when not being able to contact a teacher. We want to be very clear on one point. In both education and healthcare, AI is a tool. It's not there to replace human expertise, but to amplify them. Thank you.
An AI could design novel biological pathogens. Judges and opposing team, my name is Samuel Long, and I will be presenting one main argument against AI. The quote you've just heard is from the CEO of ChatGPT himself. Now, before I begin with my argument, I'd like to refute the opposing team. The opposing team made a point about how the government can regulate AI. But the truth is that AI, in fact, in some cases, which I will bring up, AI can surpass the government. 2 years ago, the United States insurance company Colonial Pipeline was under attack by hackers who used AI as a tool to halt fuel supply for millions. In the end, the FBI had to pay $4.4 million to get it back on track. My argument basically is arguing that AI has a negative impact on society. Right now, artificial intelligence is pretty accurate. It works 24/7, and it is efficient. But what else can we apply to that? Weapons. AI at this very moment is being used to help kill a person. And right now, it's through the use of drones. Drones on the Ukrainian battlefield. Russian, Ukrainian, doesn't matter. AI makes it more accurate and more efficient. Whether it's a soldier in the trenches or a worker in an oil refinery, AI is being used to help these drones reach their target, except.
Isn't it true that it's the people behind AI who do the killing and not the AI itself?
That is very true. It is the people behind it. But it doesn't matter because they still used AI to help kill that person. Which, if we apply this to the future, AI, ChatGPT came out 2 years ago. And it has been rapidly evolving. Right now, AI is maybe used to help reach that target, but in the future, it is almost definite that it will be used in fully autonomous weapons.
Information?
Except.
But how can you prove that it is real? How can you prove that in the future this will happen? Do we have any facts for this?
There is no solid evidence that will prove this is real, but if you just look at us, look at humans, we are biologically going to be starting wars. We are going to try and make weapons better and better. Militaries cannot just overlook AI. AI is too much of a powerful force to be ignored. Correct. Except.
I mean, we have facts about how AI is helping in healthcare and education, and what you're talking about is assumptions of the future. So how are you saying that AI has a negative impact while everything we have now is positive?
First off, I'm also talking about the future, and I'm not assuming because these drones are real. In fact, I have evidence right here. I did have evidence. It's left in my bag. But I do have evidence of these Ukrainian battlefields using AI. And yes, but it gets worse. Because according to the World Economic Forum, the most severe global risk this year and next is the use of misinformation and disinformation to, quote, further widen societal and political divides. That means more people are going to start losing trust in their government, more people are going to start losing trust in their media, and they're going to get more divided and more violent. And this all points towards AI using algorithms in things such as TikTok, which helps influence people's ideas and people's views. Deepfakes, which my colleague Daria will go more into, have gone up by 245%. This is a major problem. And again, if we relate this to AI's rapid evolution, it will be no time before we start seeing these problems at a massive scale. So, in conclusion, whether it is a military or a sick person who has the right knowledge with AI, because of them, AI can be used to either help kill, hack, or misinform. The cons clearly outweigh the pros. How can that be a positive force? Thank you very much.
Imagine a world where cities are safer. Car accidents are rare, and there's precise disaster predictions. This is not a vision from the distant future. It's the reality that AI is helping us build today. Good morning. My name is Sarah Terence, and today I'll be showing you how AI is revolutionizing safety, saving lives, preventing crimes, and protecting our communities. But first, I'd like to address some points made by the opposing team. I'd like to go back to Alexandra's point. You mentioned how AI replaces farmers, but it's not AI's purpose to replace these. It's just meant to be a useful tool to enhance our performance and help these farmers. Now, back to our argument. Molly and Faye have explained how AI keeps our society fed, healthy, and educated. But how does it ensure our safety? Well, like Molly mentioned, AI can process vast amount of data, detect anomalies, and react at unmatched speeds. From roads to crime prevention to disaster response, it's transforming. Accepted?
AI is improving to cause more deaths a year than car crashes in the USA.
Well, sorry, but I don't think it's AI who causes these deaths, but the people who are using this tool for bad. It's not AI is just a tool, it's just technology. It's the people who use it that are causing these deaths. Thank you. Now back to our argument. Let's start with road safety. According to the World Health Organization, 1.3 million people die in traffic accidents each year. A staggering yet heartbreaking statistic. The National Highway Traffic Safety states that 94% of these are caused by human error. But AI-powered self-driving cars, such as Tesla's Autopilot, have already reduced these statistics by 40%. Imagine a world where cars communicate to avoid collision and stop immediately for pedestrians. This is the power of AI revolutionizing our safety. Let's shift to crime prevention. Predictive policing systems, such as those found in Los Angeles, analyze patterns to identify high-risk areas, leading to a 20% reduction in property crime. Accepted?
These prevention tools are not always foolproof and they're not always universally acknowledged. So how can we make sure that they are being assessed?
Well, yes, of course. AI is not fully developed yet. It's only at the start of its journey. But in the future, AI will have such a capacity that it might be able to detect a crime even before it happens, revolutionizing our safety. Let's move on. Finally, like Faye mentioned, AI can analyze data in mere seconds, a critical advantage, as time is a luxury that we cannot afford during natural disasters. Each year, millions of people suffer through earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods. But systems like GDACS analyze seismic and weather data to issue life-saving alerts days in advance and with a 30% more accuracy. Post-disaster, these drones detect survivors and deliver supplies to areas where rescue teams cannot reach, proving its essential role in saving our lives. Yes, AI does have challenges, but for every life it saves and disaster it prevents, it proves its role as a tool for us to save and protect our lives. So let's start thinking of AI as a lighthouse during a storm. It doesn't replace the sailors navigating the waters, but illuminates the hazards that they cannot see. AI does not replace human decision-making. It enhances it with speed and precision that no human could ever achieve alone. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, judges, and spectators. My name is Daria, and today, alongside my teammates, Sam and Alexandra, we will be debating against the motion. The impact of AI on society is positive. Before I begin my speech, I would like to refute some of the points the other side mentioned. They have mentioned how AI has been used in healthcare to save millions of lives. But what about the millions of lives that have been lost due to AI? The Israeli AI, the Gospel, caused 15,000 deaths in the Gaza war in just a 35-day period last year. They also mentioned the use of AI in education. But a recent study in Canada showed that 70% of students admitted using AI for their assessments, undermining the integrity and credibility of these exams.
Accepted. Well, if AI can identify gaps in students' understanding and provide targeted resources, isn't it enhancing rather than replacing the role of teachers?
Whilst it can do these things, many students don't actually use this AI for the right reasons. And as a school student myself, I know many of my friends who, for example, use AI for all the wrong reasons.
Point of information, but shouldn't we then regulate these students rather than blame AI for it? Because AI is not the one who's doing this, it's the student using it as a tool.
Whilst it is the fault of the people who are using AI, as you said, was created as a tool. However, its inherent flaw is how easily it can be misused and the astonishing speed and sophistication with which it can cause harm. In my hand, I have two photos. They both seem pretty real, right? But what if I told you that one of these photos isn't real? That in just a few seconds, technology has managed to turn the truth into a lie so convincing that our eyes can barely even tell the difference. One of these photos was created by AI. The question is, can you tell which one? Now, I understand it's 10 o'clock in the morning and we're all probably feeling a little bit tired. So I'll help you out. Image A is AI generated, whilst image B is a real photo. Surprising? This is the power of AI. It can create convincing forgeries of people, moments, and objects that never even existed.
Point of information.
Accepted.
You said that AI is being used in the wrong way, but you could say the same about the internet and when the calculator was first invented. So it's not really AI, but it's more us humans. As students, we need to be taught of how to use AI correctly.
Whilst this is a good point, we must focus on the motion of the debate, which is the impact of AI on society, not the impact of how people are using AI. As I previously said, AI is a tool that is not being used as a tool, but to cause harm in ways quicker than ever before. I want to give you an example. Jody, a 20-year-old girl, admitted to the world, "I was deep-faked by my best friend." I repeat, I was deep-faked by my best friend. And guess what she received? Nothing. Nothing back for all the damages done to her. So I want us to consider all of these negative impacts of AI. Is it truly a positive impact on society? In a span of 4 minutes, I have managed to relate to you how much of a negative impact AI has on society. How much could I possibly tell you if I had more time? The truth? You don't even want to know. Thank you.
Queens, if you'd like to go first.
Thank you to the opposing team for their arguments and for this fantastic debate my team and I were lucky enough to be a part of this morning. Imagine a garden, a beautiful, thriving garden that provides joy and sustenance for all those who are in it. And the problem is that behind the beauty in this garden, there lies peril. A poisonous flower, a malicious vine, or an unchecked weed. AI. With its rapid, uncontrolled growth, it has only fueled fears, vulnerabilities, and led to millions of job losses, who the opposing team have failed to mention how they will be replaced. Imagine a single mother who loses her job due to AI-driven automation and is unable to provide for herself and her family. We all enjoy our privacy and our safety, right? AI immediately compromises all of these, a key example being the Chinese use of AI in facial recognition software. Deepfakes causing shame and humiliation. Millions of lives being lost due to AI weaponry. A father losing his son. A mother losing her sister, an aunt losing her niece. AI offers both peril and promise. But the question we must truly ask ourselves, dear judges and audience, is can we trust ourselves to be the careful, responsible gardeners of the future that AI will create? Thank you.
Like Dara said, we would also like to thank you for this amazing debate. And I'll start by saying, artificial intelligence is a product of human ingenuity, not brought to us from Mars. Therefore, humans will always be in control. It is just another advancement in technology, just as a calculator replaced the abacus. Yet, no one is afraid of a calculator. The name artificial intelligence is just a name. It doesn't imply that AI actually can think on its own. It just mirrors us and the information we give it. So contrary to the opposing team's belief, AI is not replacing us or a danger to us, but is just going to help us enhance those amazing skills that we already have. The world always debates about banning guns. We say that they're dangerous, they take lives, but they're just a piece of metal with a bullet. Guns don't kill. Humans do. Artificial intelligence, like guns, is just a tool. Its impact depends on how we choose to use it. AI is here to stay. With all its flaws, it's in our human hands to make sure it's used wisely and that the price we pay for it in our society is not too high. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that first debate. Absolutely wonderful. Well done, both teams. We will now be asking you to come down from the stage. The judges in one moment will be leaving for their deliberation. I think, Gail, you will be showing the judges where to go. In the meantime, could I ask the teams of French Lycée and San Cayetano with their teachers to come up here with the timekeeper for the toss of the coin for the next debate.